The market itself has been open since 1807, operational since 1807, serving the needs of folks in Charleston first, everything that they could possibly need, anything made or grown in Charleston, anything that came in from all over the world in the market. The one thing never sold in the market were slaves. It was never a slave market. However, one of the things sold in the market very prominently these days are baskets that originated with the Gullah culture, the African culture that arrived here in the late 1600s. They brought with them a knowledge of growing rice. They brought with them things that have become very familiar to us and of great comfort to us when it comes to food. But growing rice meant that they had to have a way to clean the rice. And so, indeed, that is what the baskets are all about. They're known as sweetgrass baskets because that is the primary ingredient in the basket. Pine needles and bulrushes add color, and everything is tied together with palmetto. And we will talk about that more when we're headed out to the plantation, because Magnolia was a rice plantation. So you're going to find baskets there, and you're going to find, of course, what it was like life on the plantation. Does anybody have any questions?
If you were to buy a basket, is there one place that's better price?
No, it's not. You're not going to find that the prices are going to vary, and that's because the basket weavers years ago, in an effort to make sure that no one felt that way, kind of set prices on the baskets. So they base it on size, the amount of time it takes to make the basket, because they're all handcrafted items, and they have to gather all the materials to make the basket.
Right.
Now, Jason, what we're going to do, because we have just enough time for me to do what I want to do, we're going to go straight down the way, and you're going to want to eventually get in that right-hand lane, because we're going to take a little detour by the Manigo House. Now, when we turn that corner up there at Broad Street and Meeting Street, and I gave you the rundown on those 4 buildings, you should know that that intersection has a very special name. It's known as the 4 Corners of Law. But it was originally given its name, the Corners of the 4 Laws, by Robert Ripley of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Because God's law, city law, county law, and federal law adorn each of those corners. Of course, for the folks in Charleston, that was a wonderful revelation, and then we realized what you could do at those 4 corners. You can hail, mail, jail, and mail by visiting all 4 buildings. That was indeed a revelation. Marion Square over to your left is a city park, but not owned by